The Harry Potter universe isn't just about heroic deeds and magical adventures. It's also brimming with colourful villains, each with their own quirks and downfalls. At the top of the list is Voldemort, who stands tall and noseless as one of the most iconic bad guys ever. Let's dive into some of the most bizarre and questionable decisions made by these villains, ones that had us shaking our heads. Sit back, grab some butterbeer, and enjoy the ride. Decision number 1. Gilderoy Lockhart's decision to reveal everything to Harry and Ron. First up, the ever-charming Gilderoy Lockhart. This guy is as funny as he is clueless. Lockhart spills all his secrets to Harry and Ron at the end of the Chamber of Secrets. Why? No one knows. This man could have kept lying like he always did, maintaining his fraudulent hero facade. Instead, he decided to spill the beans, revealing his true, cowardly nature. His decision to come clean without any real pressure makes you wonder if he was ever really thinking straight. It's a classic Lockhart move that left us all amused and baffled. Decision number 2. Lucius Malfoy's decision to give the diary to Ginny. Then we have Lucius Malfoy, who usually seems pretty sharp and cunning, but giving Tom Riddle's diary to Ginny Weasley? Come on, Lucius. Handing over a powerful dark artifact to an unsuspecting little girl is not just risky, it's downright foolish. Sure, he had his reasons, maybe to discredit Arthur Weasley, but it's a poorly calculated move that doesn't fit his usually cautious and strategic personality. Lucius underestimated the chaos and danger this would unleash, showing that even the smartest wizards can make some pretty dumb decisions. Decision number 3. Peter Pettigrew's decision to hide with the Weasleys. Peter Pettigrew, the master of cowardly cunning, decided to hide out as Ron's pet rat. Not just any family, though, the Weasleys, who are tight with the Ministry and the Order of the Phoenix. If Pettigrew had any brains left, he'd know better than to hide so close to danger. And returning to Hogwarts, where Harry spotted him on the Marauders map, that's just asking for trouble. Pettigrew's choice of hiding spot reflects his blend of desperation and lack of foresight, making it a perfect example of his short-sighted survival tactics. Decision number 4. Dolores Umbridge's decision to fire Trelawney. Our Dolores Umbridge, the pink nightmare. She actually managed to outdo Voldemort in the hate department for a while. Despite being clever and manipulative, she made some head-scratching moves like firing Trelawney, the divination teacher. This decision only made her more enemies among the staff and students, and Dumbledore promptly overturned it, keeping Trelawney at Hogwarts. Umbridge's attempt to consolidate power through fear and favoritism ultimately backfired, isolating her even more. Her underestimation of Hogwarts' solidarity shows how little she understood the community she tried to control. Decision number 5. Bellatrix Lestrange's relationship with Voldemort. Bellatrix Lestrange is one wicked witch, and it's wild to think of her as a mother. But the cursed child dropped the bombshell that she had a kid with Voldemort. Given her obsession with purebloods and the fact she's married, it's a shocking and questionable decision. Her devotion to Voldemort transcended her usual pureblood mania, highlighting her extreme fanaticism. It's hard to reconcile the fiercely loyal Death Eater with the idea of her nurturing a child, but then again, Bellatrix was never one to fit neatly into any box. Love is indeed blind, even in the dark wizarding world. Decision number 6. Quirrell, attempting to take down Harry during the match. Professor Quirrell, the nervous wreck who doubled as Voldemort's puppet, had a bright idea to knock Harry off his broom during a Quidditch match, right in front of a stadium full of witnesses. If Voldemort and Quirrell really wanted Harry out of the picture, you'd think they could come up with something more subtle and foolproof than this public spectacle. Not only did it fail spectacularly, but Quirrell also managed to avoid immediate exposure, a miracle given the circumstances. Imagine trying to keep your villainous plans under wraps with all eyes on you. Decision number 7. Voldemort's preference for theatrics. Now let's talk about Voldemort himself. This guy loved his dramatic monologues. Instead of just killing Harry quickly, he chose to put on a show. In the Goblet of Fire, after his resurrection, he babbled on for ages when he could have just Avada Kedavra'd Harry immediately. And again in the Order of the Phoenix and the Battle of Hogwarts, Voldemort seemed more into theatrics than getting the job done. These moments of overconfidence and showmanship gave Harry crucial windows of escape and regrouping. Voldemort's flair for the dramatic often turned his own plans upside down, proving that even Dark Lords need better time management skills. Decision number 8, Barty Crouch Jr. turning into Moody. Barty Crouch Jr., the ultimate fanboy of Voldemort, came up with a wild plan to bring his master back. He turned into Alastor Moody, a famously paranoid aura, using Polyjuice Potion. This meant he had to keep up the act constantly, which was super risky. Moody's quirks were hard to imitate, and Hogwarts staff, especially Dumbledore and Snape, were quick to catch any slip-ups. Choosing such a noticeable figure was a huge gamble that eventually backfired. The sheer complexity of maintaining the disguise showed Barty's dedication, but also highlighted his recklessness. His ambitious but flawed plan is a testament to the high stakes and high risks that defined the Death Eater's operations. Decision number 9, Fudge's denial of Voldemort's return. Cornelius Fudge, the not-so-brave Minister of Magic, decided to stick his head in the sand when Voldemort returned. He feared the truth would cause panic and ruin his career, so he spread lies about Harry and Dumbledore instead. This gave the Death Eaters precious time to regroup and left the wizarding world unprepared for the coming storm. His stubborn denial ended up costing him his job and damaged the Ministry's credibility. Fudge's refusal to face reality not only weakened the Ministry, but also emboldened Voldemort's forces, setting the stage for the dark days that followed. Decision number 10, Lestrange and Gringotts. Bellatrix strikes again, deciding to stash one of Voldemort's Horcruxes in her Gringotts vault. Sounds smart, right? But Harry, Ron and Hermione, with the help of the Goblin Griphook, managed to break in. Despite all the bank's defenses, they snatched the Horcrux. Bellatrix underestimated their determination and Griphook's greed. This blunder cost Voldemort dearly and showed that even the most secure places aren't foolproof. The break-in highlighted the trio's ingenuity and the cracks in the seemingly impenetrable fortress of Gringotts, underscoring the theme that no magical protection is perfect against courage and cleverness. Decision number 11, Karkaroff's betrayal of the Death Eaters. Igor Karkaroff, once a proud Death Eater, turned snitch to save his skin. He spilled the beans on his fellow Death Eaters, including big names like Snape and Rookwood, to avoid Azkaban. Sure, he got out of prison, but it made him a prime target for revenge. He spent his last days hiding and running, only to be eventually caught and killed. Betrayal in the magical world never ends well. Karkaroff's desperate bid for freedom highlighted the brutal loyalty demanded by Voldemort and the deadly consequences of betrayal, painting a vivid picture of fear and paranoia within the ranks of the Death Eaters. Decision number 12, Crouch Sr.'s control over his son. Bartemius Crouch Sr., a Ministry bigwig, went to extreme lengths to hide his son's Death Eater past. He used the Imperious Curse to control Crouch Jr. after staging his death. This kept the family secret but required constant vigilance and undermined Crouch Sr.'s moral high ground. Eventually, Crouch Jr. escaped and rejoined Voldemort, leading to his father's demise. Crouch Sr.'s attempt to cover up his son's misdeeds only ended in tragedy. His rigid adherence to reputation over redemption showed the darker side of wizarding justice and the personal cost of maintaining a spotless image at any cost. Decision number 13, Voldemort killing Snape. Finally, we have Voldemort's decision to kill Severus Snape. Voldemort thought killing Snape would make him the true master of the Elder Wand. He didn't realize the wand's loyalty depended on defeating its previous owner, not just killing them. Snape's death not only deprived Voldemort of a valuable ally, but also gave Harry crucial information through Snape's memories. This move backfired spectacularly, hastening Voldemort's defeat. Voldemort's misunderstanding of wand law and his ruthless disposal of Snape underscored his fatal flaws, arrogance, and a lack of true understanding of the magic he so desperately sought to control. Thanks for watching to the end. If you enjoyed this magical mishap rundown, give us a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Patronus pages for more Wizarding World insights.